Welcome to Hooked Up Fishing Gear.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. Today's episode, we are going to do a fun one. Going to interview Jay from Hooked Up Fishing, and we're gonna go ahead and go through some of his success and some of his stuff that he's been a part of for the community, and everything kind of how it came to be, stuff like that.
Came to be.
How it came to be. So. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jay with Hooked Up Fishing Gear. Me and my wife have been married for just about 10 years. We got 4 wonderful children. We got a pretty busy household. My wife does weddings and events, plus between Hooked Up Fishing Gear, I also work out of town. So I'm on a 7-7 rotation. So we got a lot going on the regular, but we feel like it's all worth it. all the work, it's all worth it. Just meeting wonderful people like this individual here. It's just the amazing people and community around us. It definitely keeps us coming back day after day, and just putting in the hours, putting in the effort, putting in the work, and we continue to build relationships with many people, and it's been amazing.
So, how long have you guys been open now?
We are coming up to our 1-year anniversary. December 17th will be 1 year since we opened the doors.
Yeah. And that was like the soft opening, right?
That was the soft opening. Yeah, we did a grand opening in May. I believe it was May 7th, and that was wild. That was definitely not what I was expecting. We had the mayor here. We did a ribbon cutting. And I remember we were standing outside and we were getting ready to take pictures and ribbon cutting and all that stuff. And I remember seeing cars coming down the road, and my wife looked at me and she's, I think they're here for us. And I'm like, are you? I don't think so. Like, they must be going to the Black Dirt Company. And it was unbelievable how many vehicles started rolling up. And I almost got a little bit emotional there, because I was not expecting it at all. Like, I was expecting, a handful of people, and I believe we rang about 250 customers through the door for our ticket draws. Everybody got a ticket to do our door prizes, and we had 3 of them, and there was 250 tickets we counted. So that was amazing.
Yeah, it was
like,
cool.
Phenomenal. It was wild, and it was, I compared it to our wedding day, actually, because it was just, we were married, I remember dancing, and it was over. And it was done. Yeah. And that's literally what it was like on the grand opening day. I remember running back and forth and saying hi to people and having conversations and cooking smokies on the smoker, and it was over.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, that's super cool. It's got to be pretty humbling experience when you see all that kind of starting.
Absolutely humbling. Yeah, it was. Yeah, when we first opened this, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I never had a retail business before, so
Yeah.
it was definitely humbling.
So what led you to want to open up a tackle shop, or maybe not just a tackle shop, but like what prompted you to
Just
open up the shop?
Just start this.
Yeah.
Well, I've always had a love for fishing, but I guess I always went to the fishing hole. I always went to Cabela's. I always went to the same places everybody else did. And me and my buddy Jeff, we were on our way to Cabela's, and there was a car accident. There was traffic. It was just ridiculously long drive to get to Cabela's. Like it took an extended period of time, and I was almost frustrated. I just wanted to get our gear and get ready for a trip and go fishing. And it just seemed like it was so extended. And I just remember thinking, I can't be the only one that's been dealing with all this, trying to just get tackle to just go do stuff. And we got like abundance of wonderful, like great fishing lakes all around us. And I just came home and I told my wife I was starting a fishing store. And she looked at me laughing, but it was that nervous laugh, because she knows that if I say I'm doing something, it's happening. Or even if I say, what do you think about this? She already knows it's already in motion. And it's happening. I'm a guided missile when it comes to stuff that I want to do, and I'm very dead set on doing it. If I want something, I'm going to do it. So we literally had the business registered 5 days later.
Oh wow.
So we came up with the name Hooked Up Fishing Gear, sitting around the table at home, and obviously over a beer, and that was
Things happen over a beer.
Absolutely. And that was it. It was registered, and I was on a mission after that. It was done.
Yeah. I feel like something like that too. You have to be a guided missile. You have to be focused, and because like obviously it can't be easy, right? Like,
it's definitely not. No, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and you have to be willing to gamble. You got to be willing to take a risk. But to me, you're betting on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're betting on yourself. You're not betting on anything else. It's you and what you're wanting to put into it. Because I feel whatever you put into it, it's going to come back. It's just like a marriage, right? Whatever you put into that marriage, it's going to come back. So if you do the right stuff and you communicate, you're trustworthy and honesty, and it's the same things apply. So,
100%.
Yeah.
With opening up the store, like you already touched a little bit on it, about going on when you were on your way in to get your stuff, and you obviously get stuck in traffic, which we all have.
Yeah.
Obviously, like it's such a I know I know exactly what you're talking about. So what was the goal? What was the main goal? Maybe not just to have a shop close by, but like what's the main goal behind your shop?
The main goal, honestly, is to bring people together. It's the best way I can put it. So even when we had the idea of getting promotional staff joined up with Hooked Up Fishing Gear, it wasn't just to push the Hooked Up brand. That's not what it was all about. To me, that's a small piece. It was about bringing like a group of like-minded individuals together and just having, how do I explain? How do I put it into words? Just a common ground and a common,
like building a community.
I just wanted that, because we got a super young demographic in Spruce Grove, and there's so many little guys and new families and a lot of people new to fishing. And if I'm able to provide not just product but a service in the way of teaching people and being able to give something back to the community as well, in the way of sponsoring certain things or just providing goods to, say, the Kids Can Catch Foundation, to me if I'm able to do it, I want to do it.
And 100%.
It's just it's nice being able to be part of stuff like that.
You've talked a little bit about the store. Tell us a little bit more about yourself, man. Like
a little bit more about myself.
Like what kind of species of fish do you enjoy chasing after? Like ways, like what's your favorite type of fishing kind of thing?
Well, previously, it was just fishing out of my boat, but I recently discovered kayak fishing, and I'm in love with it.
Yeah.
I honestly love it.
Yeah.
It's just so different.
Mm-hmm.
It's so different. It's I feel a little bit more connected to the water a little bit, as cheesy as that sounds. Hauling in a big pike in a kayak is
fun.
definitely a different experience. I didn't get to make it to Cold Lake this summer, which was unfortunate because I love chasing lake trout,
Yeah.
and I really want to tie into some big lakers on the kayak. So next season, I feel like is going to be very different. I'm definitely going to jump on the West Can Trail and get into some tournaments and just really, really get back fishing hard. I miss it. There's nothing stops me fishing like the fishing store. But,
Yeah, you open up a fishing store to be the part of the fishing community, and you end up running the store more than you gotta go fishing.
yeah, I do still get out quite
Yeah,
a
of
bit with
course.
the kayak. I didn't even actually put my boat in the water once this year. It was all kayak fishing, all of it, and it was a lot to do with the ease. I'm able to just throw the kayak on the truck.
It is
'Cause
convenient.
all these baits, I run and I test everything before I start packaging and all that stuff, because I want to make sure obviously they catch fish.
Yeah,
If
of
I put a
course.
color together with certain glitters and so on and so
Yeah.
forth, if it doesn't catch a fish, it's just really colorful sitting on the board. So
Yeah, just looks pretty.
it just looks pretty. Yeah.
It's what's it they say? It catches the fisherman, not the fish.
Yeah, absolutely. It catches the fisherman.
Yeah. What is it about like fishing? Like I know myself, like from myself, I've done a lot. I don't have a kayak, but I have my canoe,
Yeah.
and I have it quite set up like really close to like being able to have all my stuff similar to like kayak, minus the fact that it's a lot more sinkable than a kayak is. But I've enjoyed it a lot, and it's sick. Like I can honestly I can vouch. Like I took my boat, I burned one tank of gas, and the only reason I burned that tank of gas this year was because it was sitting in my tank and I needed to get rid of it. So I literally put it in and just ripped across the lake. Just like I went out to Wob one day and I literally started off at the provincial park and I went right across the whole lake just to get most of that gas
Just get
burned.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I seen your canoe. It's set up pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's-
I like your canoe. It's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
So why do you enjoy it? Like what brings you to the water?
Relaxation, stress, all things just to be just that moment of silence, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got a super busy household, and my girls, my wife, my boys, they all have kayaks. We go kayaking together. We go kayak fishing together. But having the ability to jump on a solo trip, not that I can't launch my big boat by myself, but it's a lot more of a pain.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Opposed to my car, I can just throw in the water and I can close the shop up and get out on the lake by 6 o'clock and
Yeah.
just fish for a few hours and just be.
Yeah.
And just have a loon come in and just squawking away, and it's just, oh man, it's just, there's nothing like it. Even some of these stock trout ponds, which I never chased rainbows before,
They can be fun.
they're fun.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
fun. I was always like, what's this obsession with trout? I never
Yeah.
understood it. And then now that I got the kayak and I'm hitting some of these stock trout ponds, I was like,
Yeah.
man, this is cool. This
Yeah.
is really good. So it's definitely opened me up to other avenues, definitely. But yeah.
If you want some good spots too for like where those wilds hit, or not, they're not wild I guess they're all stocked, but like some of those spots where like in around here, obviously like our lakes are fairly pressured.
Yeah.
We have a lot you could try and cover the lakes up, but none of the lakes around here are any surprise to anyone.
No.
Like we do have some good ones with some decent sized rainbows, and obviously we have browns and tigers now.
Yeah.
And a lot, actually, I would say probably out of all the lakes we've got here, probably I bet about half of them have browns and tigers in them now.
Yep.
Since last year, I believe.
Yeah, I looked at the stock report there and I was just like, oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
What do we got
give
here?
it enough time, and it should be cool, right? Yeah, you should. You want some spots to get where like it's like insane. I know some spots for next year for sure.
Yeah.
Even maybe some of the ice stays in here, I have a few trips planned, and definitely he should come out. Like I'm telling you, it's like boom, 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 boom. It's insane. The fishing's just stupid. Like favorite species.
Favorite species? I really love lake trout.
Lake
I
trout.
really do. But honestly, I like pike too. You get into some
Yeah.
big pike, man, they're fun.
Oh, they are.
They're fun, especially on a kayak.
Get a big one. It's like a torpedo just pulling you.
Oh, it was. It's funny you mention that because me and Macy were out, my 8-year-old, and she's on her kayak, and she just started kayak fishing this year as well. And the first day she paddled around, and it was good. And I had her tied to me and whatnot. And then we went out the next day, and she was fishing, and she picked. She's my inspiration for a lot of this stuff. But we'll dive back into that. I gave her a little twin tail, and she tied into this pike. And next thing you know, I look over and I just hear Dad, and her kayak is obviously not a crazy speed, but enough to make her eyes go like this, and her rod
seen
is
that little
folded
solo
right
thing too.
over, and she's holding, and she's looking at me with so much fear, and I'm just like, "You're fine, bud." I grabbed the rope and I started pulling her towards me,
Yeah.
and she was so mad at me. I don't think she's forgiven me for this still, but I pulled her kayak a little bit too close, and her rod did one of these, and the line caught on my fish finder on the screw for the mount,
Yeah.
and the line snapped, and her rod went back up like this, and it was just silence, and she just looked at me, seriously, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
because I felt so bad. It was a nice fish too, like,
Yeah.
it was a good sized pike, and she's brings it up every now and then. It's a little touchy still, but
Tells all your friends.
yeah,
Remember how Daddy lost that fish?
she actually does tell people about that, but yeah.
You'll never live that
No,
down.
I'm never living that down.
Not until you get her on a bigger one.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a year of running the store, what are some of the things that have changed from when you started to like where you're at right now? Like things that maybe like you weren't sure how it was going to work out, and then as it kind of went, just like maybe you noticed a need for something different and just had to change it up, or maybe.
What's changed? I would say the biggest change is the doubling of our inventory.
Yeah.
That's a fairly substantial change. Even when we first started ordering items for the shop, I knew what I liked. I obviously don't know what everybody else likes, but a lot of feedback from the customer. So that's everybody has their thing that they love, their color, their certain style of bait, hard bait, crankbaits, wraps, plastics, whatever it is. And I'd say that would be the biggest change, is just really expanding on product lines and what we are able to offer.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm fairly lucky to have a really good job that I work out of town at. So it allows me to put everything back into the business,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Yeah.
And that's literally what's allowed us to grow at the rate we have. The business is the business, and that's probably the biggest change. Honestly, it's just getting different products and just better and bigger stuff in here to keep people coming in. Okay, perfect, they have this, and keep them from going back into the city, right?
Yeah.
And we're not stopping. We got more plans. So.
Yeah. No, that's clear. What are the things that you enjoy about running the shop?
I enjoy a lot of things about running the shop. I enjoy a lot of the people I get to work with. There's so many people that we've met in the last near a year here, and it's been phenomenal. Like, we've built some really awesome relationships, and we've got to meet some really awesome people. I don't know. Every day I come in, I just get excited almost.
Yeah.
Like, not just like get to create different baits and colors and so on and so forth. That's kind of a byproduct of it. I enjoy doing that. It keeps my creative side and my kids involved, because I can take a lot of input from my little girls, because there's no imagination like a little kid.
100%.
Like, no imagination like it. And she'll put some of the weirdest stuff together, and it turns out to be just awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Exactly.
That is
yeah,
awesome.
that's cool.
But definitely the people that we get to work with. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. I'd say that was probably one of the biggest things I like about coming here. It's that all the people I got to meet, like when I kind of started getting into the fish industry, it was more like I knew some people and stuff like that, but like now coming here, I get to see a lot more of the local. I met a lot of the local people. People starting to know me, and it's cool. Like you can go out and be like, I think I even had a couple times, which I never really had often, where it's like I'm driving down the road and I see Dean, this summer, and Dean's like waving to me or whatever as he's going off camping. And it's like, it's cool, man.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
is.
You know, you're starting to become a part of the community when, you know, people come in and say, hey Jay, you got, you know, what's going on? What you got cooking, kind of thing, right? Like, it's.
Even some other small business owners around, like it's cool, like meeting some of the individuals that are running the businesses.
Yeah.
You know, like it's neat to put faces behind the sign. Like
100%.
It's neat.
Yeah. Behind the accounts.
Behind the accounts, yeah.
Yeah. Challenges.
So
there's
challenges.
Garrett, there are definitely a lot of challenges that come with running a shop, being active on social media, and like trying to run the whole front, and obviously getting your presence out there, right? So that, you know, you can hopefully, I'm assuming the goal would be eventually this will be the full-time gig, right?
That is the one-day plan.
Yeah.
One day. I'm gonna. Oh man, there's a lot of challenges. There's a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge.
Ones you want to share?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is time with the crew, with my little family. That's the challenge between working out of town, and especially in the summer with the wife doing weddings and stuff like that, and I'm out of town and I come home and it's straight to the shop, and just it's finding that balance between everything.
Yeah.
Between, like you say, the social media, bait making, pressing apparel, making decals, working out of town, the family, and then just taking care of life stuff.
Yeah.
Cutting the grass, going to the dump,
Yeah.
like just all this other stuff. So some days you what am I doing? Like what did I do? And and then at the end of the day, that was a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good day. And it's just balance. That's the best way. Best
way to word it.
Balance.
Balance. Yeah. I don't even know what balance is.
It's
balance doesn't exist, I swear. As hard as you try some days, it's hard to find that balance. Because you either have to give this much, which takes away from this.
Yes.
And then, you give to the shop, then it takes away from family.
Mm-hmm.
And then you give to the family, but then it takes away from the things that fill your cup.
Yeah.
Which I get it. Like it's tough. Like
it is nice though, being able to have an entire family that all fishes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. So when it comes time to test baits and colors and swim baits and whatever, I can go, okay, you take this, you take this, you take this, and everybody just goes.
Disperse. Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Break.
And they start catching. Okay, Dad, this color's good. I caught 6 or whatever, right? It's like, okay, perfect. Put it in the solid pile. Mm-hmm. And then, I didn't get anything on the Cape. Throw that to this side. We're gonna test it at this lake next time we go out.
Yeah.
Because maybe this next lake will want that color. Because obviously, not every lake's the same.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, we just keep doing that and just understanding what works where, and
Yeah. So obviously you've had I mean, in my personal opinion, I think from the first time I heard about it, you guys have been a fairly decent or fairly big hit within the community since you guys have opened up. Like, what do you feel has led to some of that success that you guys are I would definitely say experiencing through the growth, and you're even like with future plans coming in and stuff like that? Like
Successes. I would honestly have to say it's just our approach to people. It's between a knowledge base when it comes to fishing, solid customer service, like all this stuff. It's when we first started, I told my wife, I want to be the business that other business looks at and they say we want to be like them.
yeah,
We want our customers to have the same experience that they get going to hook fishing. That was always a goal of mine. One of the things I can't stand is walking into a store and you're trying to find something and you're doing laps around the store trying to find it.
Yeah.
And you can't find it and they're looking at you, but they're not asking, like,
yeah,
it's just frustrating. So everything that I had in the way of a bad experience, I wanted to eliminate that from us, whether it
Yeah.
be making sure there's price tags on all the product.
yeah,
Because that was one of my frustrations going into a shop, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at something and there's no price on it, and I look around and there's nobody around to tell me how much it is. Well, I'll put that back on the shelf and I will leave,
yeah,
because it's, it's just one of those things. So I always wanted a really solid customer experience, and cheers is the best way to put it. We get so many repeat guys coming in, it's just, hey, Bill, hey, Norm, it's just, it's
Yeah.
just, I like that. Like that, to me, that is huge. That's huge. I want people to feel welcome. I want them to be able to have a conversation and
Yeah.
all that other stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I think that's.
So you're gonna have to get a coffee pot in the corner for when the
Me-
people
me and my
come and
wife
grab
were
a coffee
joking
and
about
donuts.
that. Me and the wife were joking about that. We could have like a little fishing lounge area.
Yeah.
And, just get a couple of fishermen in
Little
there.
cafe,
Yeah.
coffee shop or tackle shop kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. The new local spot where everyone gets all the fat, or what Lake's doing well.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
get the gossip, lake gossip.
With already the expansion you guys have had, what kind of are there any future plans that you want to share? Obviously, you don't want to share everything, but like some things that you would like to share with the audience to.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously we've got plans to bring in hunting and some camping supplies in the spring.
Which I'm excited about.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think my
Yeah.
wife thinks I'm just trying to turn this into my own playground.
Why not?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little.
I do love archery as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
We definitely want to get an upstairs built and have a couple lanes upstairs with all the hunting and camping supplies. We'll see how that plays out over 2023, but that's one of the biggest ones is hunting and camping supplies that we're bringing in. That's to me, that kind of brings things full circle
Yeah.
for us. That's a necessary thing. We got a lot of plans.
Yeah.
My wish list is fairly large for this establishment. So yeah,
That's cool.
there's going to be a lot of announcements. I'm going to say over the next 6 months,
Yeah.
6 months or so.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. there's more stuff coming, that's for sure. I have a goal and I have expectations for myself, and that's to provide certain things. So
Yeah. You can clearly see that too as you come, like some of the stuff you have. Like I even noticed you have the lantern for the.
the distribution posts.
You know how hard those are to come by sometimes?
They're handy.
Oh my god, they're great. Like the best light you can get out when you're camping, and I'll say this hands down, it beats LED, any battery powered thing you can get is the little propane lantern.
Yes. Yeah.
I have one with me and it goes everywhere. It's probably the number one item I would say every camper has to have. Even if it's just the one that goes to the bottom of the tank.
Yep.
Some places don't have them, and it's nice that like, don't get me wrong, I love going to like tackle shops where you go in and you can get, you get your tackle stuff, but then it's so cool that it's gonna like, you're looking more towards the outdoor side of it, because like it's like it can almost be like a one-stop shop kind of thing.
Yep.
And I mean that's pretty, especially like being in Spruce Grove, not having to drive all the way to the city. Not that you still don't need to go in for some stuff like that.
Absolutely,
like there's no way everyone can carry everything.
No, absolutely.
But like you can get most of the stuff that you need
Yeah.
in one shop.
Most of it. That actually, I almost forgot to mention that we tied in with a fairly large fly fishing company as well. So our
Okay.
fly tying materials and all that beautiful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
So that's that's a go. So
Yeah.
we're gonna see some fly tying stuff here
That's gonna be cool.
very, very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be sick. I can't wait to see some of that.
Yeah. There's gonna be a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. It offers an array, right? Like like myself, like I'm a very multi-species
Yeah.
angler, and I don't just fit. My preferred method is fly fishing, but I like it all.
Yeah.
Like I ice fish. There are days I go out with the kids. I leave the fly rods at home. I bring the spinning rods, and which brings me to another thing with the rods. Like, so you guys offer your products here. Tell us what
Cool.
plastics, stuff like that. Like,
Well, first and foremost, the whole business model was to have, one, products that other shops didn't carry.
yeah,
I've ordered a lot of stuff out of the US that I personally use that I've had a great experience with, and nobody carries it. Favorite Fishing, 6 Cents are a couple of brands. Lunker Hunt, other shops carry Lunker Hunt, but they don't have all of the products that they have
No.
offered. So some of those things were very important for me to have. The number two thing was we've got a lot of local bait makers, and they make some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, we
So
do.
we wanted to provide a platform for local bait makers. Well, we can't have everything, obviously, that local bait makers have, because I'll be straight up, and to say that market is getting fairly saturated.
it is.
It's
Yeah.
every week there's 6 more guys popping up that make lures or make this or make that. So it's getting very saturated. So we've got a group of folks that we work with, and that is not going to change for me. I enjoy working with those folks. And
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. It's just, but definitely having a spot for local guys that create things and different brands and manufacturers that aren't around. I think that was 2 big things for us.
On top of your own plastics.
On top of our own plastics, I've been
Yeah.
making plastics for quite a while, and yeah, I always enjoyed just being able to, which started out with 3 molds. We have over 70 now.
Oh wow.
Because I generally stick to 3.
Yeah.
That's what I use, and
We all do. We have 70 different pieces of tackle, and
Yeah.
we use 3 different things.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, customer, hey, can you make this?
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Let me
Yeah.
get the molds, and I'll make it up, and away we go.
Anything you'd like to say to everyone out there? Kind of finish this up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Definitely a giant thank you to all our customers, all the people that have supported us, our entire pro staff team. It's awesome. It's huge. My wife, I want to thank her. She is my rock, 110%. When I said she was doing this, as scared as she was,
Yeah.
she supported me in my decision, and she supported me with every crazy idea I've had. And believe me, I've had a lot. I have built a lot of different things, and she's always right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. That looks great. You can do this. You can do that. And she's always been there. And
Not to mention she helps out at the shop
she
when
does.
you're away at work
100%.
too.
She is a very, man. She's a strong woman. She is strong. She does a lot. She is very busy, and I couldn't do any of this without her. I couldn't do it without the customers. I couldn't do it without our pro staff and all the people that work with us. It's a
Full circle.
It's full circle.
Yeah.
Everybody working together and helping each other, and it's huge.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's cool. it's the community aspect.
It is community,
Yeah.
100%, and it's absolutely amazing. There's this one group on Facebook, Ain't That a Chain Thing, and she does things pro bono, and I'm gonna give her a giant shout out. Her literal goal is promoting small business.
Okay.
That is her goal, and she goes around to different small shops, and she gives them shout outs, and she talks about the experience that she's had and products they offer. She does this all just, for the good of her heart.
Oh wow.
And I am gonna give her a big shout out.
So her name was
Ain't That a Chain Thing.
Ain't That a Chain Thing.
Yeah.
Does she have like a website?
She's
something
got
like that?
Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try and put a link down below.
Yeah, definitely put a link in.
Yeah.
She's I gotta give her a shout out. She's awesome. She was in here, and she did a post about us, and that's a good thing, because that means she had a positive experience when she came.
Yeah.
Who else? Tammy Colbo, realtor. She
Okay,
came
yeah.
in. She did a Tuesday with Tammy here.
Okay.
She did a shout out for us as well,
Nice.
which is actually pretty hilarious. That's
Yeah.
that's on YouTube. So again, the whole, like you said, community aspect, right? Everybody working together.
Yeah, it is.
And
It's big.
it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Cool. Well, thanks, Jay. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
doing this.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoyed this, getting to know Jay a little bit more. I know it's a little bit longer of a video, but hey, it's all about supporting the community, right? All right, take care, guys.
Take care.
Life's an adventure. Go out and find yours. Ciao.
Go. Let's go.
Like my dad has that, man. 30 minutes. Oh, that was battery. Oh no. That should have. Oh. Put that in the bloopers.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's fuck my heart went right up my throat. I know it's not that big a deal, but to me it is, right?
Yeah.
It could have been, right?
He actually didn't push record. We got to start over.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, like this morning. Okay, hold on. Here, flick that again. Do the sign, open it, and flick it, and then I'll come in that, and then I'll come in. Oh shit. Yeah, like, so like for example, your yeah, your distribution post. Distribution. So yeah, like the lantern for your
Yeah, I'll say distribution.
Yeah.
And then you can take it.
Yeah, so like